I'm attorney Nick Alcock, and if you have to go to Scottsdale City Court, this video is for you. It's an updated video. It has new information about how COVID is affecting their policies and procedures. And I invite you to watch this. If you have any questions at all, you can always give us a call at 602-989-5000. We offer a free consultation and we can discuss how your case would be handled in that particular court. Scottsdale City Court is located at 3700 North 75th Street. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona, and their phone number is 480-312-2442. That's a very important phone number for you because with COVID, they are allowing the vast majority of people to appear telephonically. But my advice is, of course, I'm recording this video on this day. Tomorrow it could change. So if you do have to go to court, my advice is call well in advance and understand what the policies and procedures are, and they will tell you well in advance whether or not you can appear telephonically, the number to call, and every judge has a slightly different policy. There are multiple judges in that particular courtroom, so it's very, very important for you to know what the policies are of that particular judge. The vast majority of cases in Scottsdale, you can call in, you appear, and you could appear telephonically for the entire case. If your case pleads out, you can appear for the initial appearance, status conferences, and a change of plea sentencing, all telephonically. And that's extremely important to obviously protect your safety. If you are given a jail sentence, they are doing something which I think is great, which is they are extending out the confinement orders well into the future. But know that if COVID is still an issue, which it likely will be, if you're given a confinement order in January or November, you can always go back to that court or call the court again and ask for another confinement order. I really enjoy practicing in that court. I've gotten to know the prosecutors and the judges, and my staff is in that court virtually every single day. It's a great place to practice because we think that they're very fair. We think that when there is an issue, and when we find a legal issue in a case, they listen and they're not reflexively sort of hostile to the idea that sometimes police officers make mistakes, and sometimes they break the rules of criminal procedure. And when that happens, they do listen, and they listen with the idea of promoting justice. So if you are a good defense attorney and you know what you're doing and you know what to look for, they certainly are willing to talk to you and they're willing to listen. There are some cases in that court where if you're not facing jail time, if the prosecutor's not looking to send you to jail, you may not be assigned a public defender. And so know that you might be in a situation where you're talking to the prosecutor in Scottsdale City Court. That typically doesn't happen at the very first court appearance. That first court appearance is just you enter a plea of not guilty. That's totally okay. You can enter that plea of not guilty. You can change it later. It won't be used against you. It's not like you're lying to the court by saying that you're not guilty. You're just saying that you want to defend your case. If you're in a situation where you're representing yourself in Scottsdale City Court, my advice is this: go in and be organized and be as professional as you can be, and try to put your emotions to the side. I know it's very tricky, it's very difficult to do that, but I have found that in talking with people who've represented themselves, they do best when they go in and they're very well organized and they know what it is that they're looking to do and they know what it is they're trying to accomplish with the prosecutor, and they're not incriminating themselves. They're not saying that they did it but they want to break anyway, and they're going in with that emotional sort of baggage placed to the side and acting very professionally. Prosecutors really respond to that very well, and in Scottsdale City in particular, it's a court where I've found that the prosecutors tend to be, again, very human and willing to listen. But if you approach a prosecutor from the wrong perspective and you start arguing with them, or you're coming at them with emotional energy which is hostile, they pretty much could shut down, and that's just something that tactically you got to be very careful. I do invite people to speak with an attorney before you talk to a prosecutor. There are some pitfalls. There are some things that could be said that could potentially hurt you. And for example, a lot of people, when they are facing misdemeanors, they're given orders not to have contact with victims. They're given orders not to do certain things. And so if you go in front of a prosecutor, you have a conference with the prosecutor before court, you're talking to them and you admit that you've had this contact, or you admit that you violated one of your orders, your release orders, that can get you into a lot of trouble. And so this is why we offer a free consultation, and this is why we've helped so many people, because I definitely am always worried about people going in and talking to prosecutors. Normally prosecutors, again, especially in Scottsdale, are very reasonable. They have a very human approach, and they're not there to throw the book at you. They're really just dealing with a very high volume of cases, and they've got to handle that high volume of cases. So it's something for you to know that you can always speak to an attorney before you go to court. And then if you go to court and you're trying to represent yourself and it's not going well, you can always bail out and hire an attorney and have the attorney take over. If you do have an attorney, the attorney does the talking for you with the prosecutor. And that can really obviously help you, can insulate you from any type of liability that you have. Normally, cases in Scottsdale take several months. It could be 4, 5, 6 months for a case to go from beginning to end. And in that particular court, though, they can definitely, if you keep on asking for more time, the judges can say, no, we're not going to give it to you. And you've asked for time before, and you're coming back and you're asking for the same thing, and a judge could easily say, sorry, you're setting your case to trial, and that it is what it is. So be aware that there is a certain time frame in these misdemeanors where they're not going to give you years and years. And if you come back 30 days later or 45 days later asking for the same continuance, the same period of time for the same reason, that could go over very, very badly. The number for Scottsdale, again, just so you have it in your pocket, 480-312-2442. Call in advance and learn what those COVID rules are. As of right now, or in September of 2020, they are allowing people to appear telephonically for the vast majority of the for the hearings that you're going to face. Make sure it's a landline or that you have a secure connection. It's not going to drop out. Be in a quiet area. If you're calling in the court, you don't want babies crying in the background, you don't want dogs barking. If you have to be in your bathroom with the door shut, so be it. But you don't want to be in a situation where you're disrespecting the court by driving and there's dogs barking or there's horns honking or there's whatever. All that ambient noise hurts you, hurts your cause. So just be very, very aware of that this is a speakerphone in a court environment and everything is being recorded. So just be careful about the idea that this is still court and you still want to be on time, you want to be respectful, and you want to make sure that there isn't anything that's happening in the background which potentially could hurt your case. If you have any questions about Scottsdale City Court, 602-989-5000 is our number. That's 602-989-5000. My name is Nick Alcock. We're in that court virtually every single day. I have attorneys who just focus on misdemeanors in courts like the City of Scottsdale. We know them very well. We'd be happy to speak with you, offer a free consultation. I wish you the very best of luck. And again, 602-989-5000 if you need anything. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it.